Hello everybody and welcome back to Lobricks. Today we are taking a look at the Obi Wan Jedi Starfighter, which is of course new for 2022. Came out in August, so you know, right now as of recording this video it is that time, and I'm very excited to take a look at this set. There's a lot of cool stuff in it, as you can see. Whoa, those are some cool figures. Cool figures down there. What do we got? All sorts of zany, wacky, kooky characters. So let's take a look at what this set has to offer. So it is $29.99 USD, and I'm not sure if that's before or after the 20% price hike, because as you know, LEGO has increased all of their prices across the board as of August 1st in 2022 by 20%. So I don't know if the $29.99 is before or after. I'm pretty sure it's before. So it could be 20% more now, but who knows? I'm sure somebody does. It comes with 282 pieces, 3 minifigures, and it's for ages 7+. It is set number 75333. So that's all the information about the box, or at least what comes on the box and what it says. I've got some cool art of Tai Wee here, Toon Wee, I don't know, something like that. But there she is. A very cool figure, a long anticipated figure within the Star Wars world. And then of course, some legal mumbo jumbo on the side and some epic looking back art there. So a lot of cool stuff to see in the box, but let's take a look at the set itself. All right, so here we have it. Here is the ship and our minifigures. And as always, we are going to start with the minifigures because, ooh, they're always the main attraction, let's be honest. This thing, who cares? Who needs it? Not me. Looking at these guys, look at them. Ooh, they're cool. So anyway, let's take a closer look at these fellas. All right, so the first minifigure is R4 P17, otherwise known as, you know, R4, Obi-Wan's droid, the classic, and he's pretty straightforward. What you see is what you get. It's that old droid design. I really wish LEGO would upgrade it a little bit, because as you see, you know, it's the same old design we got back way back then when this R2 came out. I mean, you got some improvements, but generally the same. Flip it around to the back, you got printing on the back of the helmet there, but none on the back of the R2 unit. And then, you know, it's your standard astromech droid. Pretty cool though. It's glad to see a R4 come out. We do see some better printing on here, especially in that gunmetal gray. It looks phenomenal, but still, I wish they would have done a little bit more with this figure. So that's R4. Let's move on to Obi-Wan. All right, so here we have Obi Wan Kenobi. He is in his outfit from the Attack of the Clones. He's of course going to Kamino to visit the clone factory, where I guess they're, you know, cloning the clones, making clones of clones of clones to fight the clones. You know, that's just how it is. Duh. But anyway, this figure is super cool, and that is because if you see his robe and his torso there, it continues down through the entirety of the figure, and it is just so good. You can't even see a seam. It's seamless. Zoom in there. Can you see a seam? Absolutely not. It's just one continuous clothing piece there. It looks phenomenal. And that consists of, you know, his inner prints there, and then an overlapping robe that goes over top. It just looks very good. A very well done figure. Flip it around the back. There is little printing on the back here that is, you know, shown as his robe. He actually does come with a cloak you could put over top of him if you choose. And his face has this nice little microphone there on this side, and he looks a little serious. Flip it around the back, you do get an alternate face there, which is him looking a little more serious, but doesn't have that antenna on. So he also comes with this hairpiece, which is your standard Obi Wan Kenobi hair. But that's it for the Obi Wan Kenobi himself. Let's move on to Taun We. Okay, so here we have Taun We, or I believe I'm saying that correctly. I'm not exactly sure. And this is a very anticipated figure. People have been begging to get her for many a year now. And of course, she is from the island city where they are, you know, creating all the droids. It's less of a city and more of a factory, but it's Kamino's. And everyone on Kamino that isn't a clone looks just like her. She's got a lot of interesting features. As you can see, she's wearing a nice dress there with some very good printing there. And then her very skinny body is shown by these little black lines here. And then her neck, of course, is super long, and a very, very well molded piece up top. So overall, a very well done figure. In the movie, she's very tall and, you know, lanky, and they can't really capture that with a Lego figure. I know a lot of people online were saying, oh, what if you do it with like a Friends doll, like, you know, the little Friends characters. I don't know. I personally think this is very well done and high quality, no doubt about that, because every part of this is solid, and the head here is not rubberized, and that isn't breaking. You're not gonna have any trouble with that. So I'm really glad to finally see this figure here. But anyway, that's gonna do it for the figures. Let's move on to the set itself. All right, so here it is, the main attraction, Obi Wan Kenobi's ship. Now this, my friends, is so nice for many reasons. To get started, the shape of this thing is very accurate to what we see in the movies. It looks and feels just like Obi Wan Kenobi's starship. As you can see, it's very pointy and angular there, and then the back tail here is very accurately done. A lot of good detail is in there with very few pieces, because you can see they just used, you know, 5 or 6 pieces here, and they got this nice staggering effect on both sides, which really brings the tail to a close and, you know, really makes the look of this ship. And that can be seen throughout, you know, the entire ship. Just absolute really good use of pieces, especially right in here, which it is very smooth, nice down there, no gaps, no nothing, no nonsense. And then the actual ship itself with the wings, which are attached very nicely and come to a pretty nice close there. There is a little bit of gappage right in there, as you can see, in between these pieces, but because the ship is, you know, usually flying around, and you don't really notice it. So it works well. And like I said, these wings are attached in a way to where they're not coming off. You're not gonna be able to break that off. They're attached with these Technic pins here and here. You also get 2 clips on the bottom there to hold Obi Wan Kenobi's lightsaber or any other items you'd like. So it's very easy to just grab his lightsaber and click it in. And then like most ships, it comes with another hilt, so I just have it hilted in there. So yeah, the wings are put on very well, and the construction of it is solid. So with that being said, there's also some great play features. The first one is, if we take a look here, we actually don't have our forehead sticking out, because as you know, there isn't enough room for us to slot the figure in because of how compact it is, which no problem. You can just stick our forehead on that little rotating doohickey there, and there you go. Now you've got the proper look. Now that brings up the question, now what do I do with the body? So if we just pull off this lid here, we can stick the R4 right inside there, like so. And then seal up, and boom, we have R4 all concealed within our ship. And if we actually take a look at the cockpit, it is done really nice here, because this is a seat, so that is the head and a nice attached there. So it looks phenomenal, especially from an angle there. As you can see, that looks like a racing seat. It is a very nice touch. We get a control panel, and then down in there, there's just 2 little studs, if we can get them. It's 2 little studs down in there, which allow you, yeah, it's too dark, which allow you to take your Obi Wan Kenobi figure as such and drop it down into place, down into there, have him sitting in that cool seat, and then look at that. Boom, he's got a nice little headrest, which looks great. And then if we close up the cockpit itself, he fits in there just perfectly. So it gives you this ability to conceal all of your items, including your lightsaber. Like I said, remember, you got that clip on the bottom right within your ship itself, which allows someone to, you know, put all this stuff in, pull up the landing gear, fly this thing around somewhere else, land, and have Obi-Wan and R4 within the ship itself, which is definitely a nice feature. One downside to it being so compact, though, is the stickers. There are quite a bit of stickers all over the place, which I don't really mind. I know some people do, like this is a sticker, that's a sticker, this is a sticker, that's a sticker, the Rebel insignia is a sticker. Some prints could help. I think the only thing I really wish was printed was the Rebel insignia. That would be so cool. I guess at this point it isn't the Rebel insignia, it's the Jedi Order or whatever is going on in the prequels. You get it. On the back here, we've got some very nice tucked-in engines, which are a nice touch and really give it that pop it needs when you're flying it through the air. Another thing is this thing is swooshable as heck. The swooshability of this thing, it's light. You can fly this thing around. You probably could throw it up against walls and whatnot. It's going to be fine. So it is a great little thing to give to a child because, you know, like I said, it looks nice, looks like the ship in the movie. You can store all of your items in there, and it flies around real good. One of the last play features is you do get these stud shooters up top, so when you're flying it around, you can click them in. I found it was a little awkward to hit them sometimes because you really want to fly the thing, I guess, like this, which means you have to put up and push it, but I'm sure kids will figure it out. I wish it was a little nicer to hold that, maybe a contraption back here to push in, but this thing is so small there, you know, really isn't a spot to put this. If you look up front, that's only a plate thick there, so it'd be hard to fit something like that in. But overall, the designers did a fantastic job, and I'm really glad that we got this set. It looks phenomenal, and on top of that, we are getting a phenomenal set of minifigures here, and some that are going to be coveted. They could have went ahead and put Tai Wee here in a very expensive set, and people have been okay with that, and they would have bought that set just to get this figure. But once again, like we saw with the Dark Trooper set, Lego is putting what would be expensive minifigures in cheaper sets to make them more available, which I really like to see. So, all good things for me on this set. I really like it, and it's definitely worth the $29.99 that they're charging for it. Only 30 bucks, and it can be yours. What isn't there to like? But for the Obi Wan Kenobi Starfighter, that's all there really is to it, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave it a thumbs up and a comment down below what you want to see us review next. There's a bunch of stuff that just came out. This is the first one we're getting our hands on, because it is the coolest, at least in my opinion. But anyway, guys, I will see you in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe, and later.